So in this video, I'm going to be going over how to set up your first project. Once you have your footage inside Nuke, you either drag and drop it, or you press R in your keyboard and look for the right path and file. The next thing I want you to do is get your mouse on top of your node graph and press the S key in your keyboard. That will bring up your project settings. So your project settings, as you can see, is another node or another properties that you can have access into in the properties pane. It will have some tabs like root, color, views, variables, Python, font, and Marie. In the root tab, you'll find the name. Now the name is going to be empty because we haven't saved our project. Then you have the project directory, which again, we don't have anything. You have a space to do some comments. Remember, compositing is a collaborative job. It's a teamwork. So in case you're working inside a studio, you can make some comments. You can lock all the connections. And there you have the frame range. This frame range is going to set up by the very first read node you drop or you bring into your composition, into your script. And this frame range, as you can see right here, is going to match the frame range that we have in our read node. Right below we have the frames per second. This one by default is set to 24. We have something called the full size format. It is different right now than the format we have inside our viewer. So first thing we need to do when setting up our project is change this full size format to match our plate. So I'm just gonna go do that. Click on the drop down menu and look for the option that matches your plate. In this case, it's UHD 4K right here. Okay, so Nuke is gonna give us already some options. And here you can even create your own resolution. You can edit any of this, and you can delete any of this by selecting and deleting. For now, I'm just gonna keep myself into selecting the proper one, UHD 4K. There you go. Then we have the proxy mode. We can turn it on and turn it off. We can play with the format or the scale. If we select scale, we can bring it half the size. If we select the format, the proxy format is going to change to something smaller, depending if we are going to be working with a proxy, as I already told you in the previous video. I'm going to leave it at scale. Read proxy files if larger. Okay, and then we have another two options. It's a live group or the render mode, which can be classic or top down. So I'm gonna leave it just like this. We're not gonna be talking about these ones for now. The other thing we need to go over is the color tab. Inside the color tab, we have the color management. I'm gonna be going over this one a little bit later. We have the OCIO config. By default, it sets to Nuke default. Okay, and then you can see all the thumbnails, color space. So with thumbnails, this one right here, it's gonna be in sRGB. The monitor out, it's got a Rec 709. The 8-bit files, 16-bit files, they are sRGB. Log files are gonna be on Cineon, and float files are gonna be on linear. Okay, so that means whenever we bring a different file, depending on whatever we are bringing or we are reading, these different LUTs, LUTs are gonna be applied. That's the way Nuke is gonna be adjusting itself to our project. We have views. Okay, whenever you're working with stereo plates, stereoscopic plates or stereoscopic projects, you're gonna need to add different cameras. For now, let's not touch this one. Okay, just keep it in main and that's it. Newest Nuke has variables that we can work with. There is a space for Python on script load, on script save, on script close. We can even assign a font for the project. And we have an interface interaction with Marie. So going back to root, right there. The other thing I want to do right now, it's other than selecting the full size format, I'm gonna go file in my menu, save comp. Okay, so right now, this is a very good time for us to create our first save. Okay, right here, I'm gonna go and I'm gonna save this file into its proper path. And I'm just gonna go with screen burn-in. This is Campus VFX. My name underscore first version. I'm gonna add 10, so this is gonna be relevant, this is gonna be important. So this way you can save all the way to 99 versions, which is usually not as many. So just screen burn-in, Campus VFX, your name, and the version. You don't need to add the NK, NC, because Nuke non-commercial is gonna add it itself. Once you have that, just save. And now the untitled is gonna change to the name that we just gave it. And look into your project settings. Inside the project settings, you will notice the name now is the full path to that particular file. Okay? One last thing we can do is to set our project directory, and we're gonna set our project directory to the same path that we have. To do that, I can just click this button, script directory, and that's gonna give it the proper Python in order to point towards the same file directory. Save it by pressing Ctrl S, and that's how you can set up, or you can start setting up, your very first project. In the next video, we're going to be going over a little bit of color management.